Let's rank all 32 NFL helmets this year. We are sticking to the main helmets. We are not doing any alternates, at least in this video. Make sure to watch the end of this video because we are giving away a jersey at the end of this month. As you can see here, we have an elite tier, solid tier, mid tier, not very good tier, and a trash tier. So we are going to try to actually look at the helmet and the features of the helmet and the colors of the helmet and try to leave the logo bias out of it as much as we possibly can. We will see if I actually accomplish that. Okay, we are going to start off with the Arizona Cardinals helmet. Now, this helmet is all white. It has a gray face mask and nothing else on it except for the Cardinals logo, which again, I'm not going to comment on right now. So speaking of just the helmet, it is white and gray with a logo. There is no stripe down the middle. There is no interesting colorway at all. This helmet is absolute trash. So we are starting off the video with one trash helmet for the Arizona Cardinals. Next, we have the Atlanta Falcons. Now, this is one where the logo is swaying me already, and I'm already going back on what I said. The Falcons logo is so sick, and the colors are so clean. You know what? I actually might have to just completely reverse what I said earlier. The logo might have something to do with it. I don't know how else to do this because this helmet is just black and gray, and it's just miles better than this Cardinals helmet. And part of that might be because black and red is a cooler color, and the Falcons logo is nice. I don't really know. Never mind. Scratch what I said. I'm just gonna do my best. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, but having said that, this helmet does look pretty cool, but it is just black and just the Falcons logo with a gray face mask. And we are again going with no stripe down the middle or anything added to it. I think that this helmet, just at a glance, although it's not very creative, I think because the colors are so clean, we're going to put it in solid. I think it's a cool looking helmet, especially with their uniforms. It's just hard to mess up black and red, honestly. I also just think a black helmet looks cooler than a white helmet. Okay, then we have the Baltimore Ravens. Now, the Ravens helmet is all black with a black face mask and the logo on it. I think this helmet is fine. It's just, I mean, it's all black. There's not even a change of color of the face mask. And I think the Ravens logo is cool, but I think this helmet's kind of mid. I think this is mid helmet. The Buffalo Bills is a tough one because it is also white with a gray face mask. I just think, I don't know, something about a white helmet. A lot of people like the Bengals white helmet. I like the Cowboys white helmet. I don't know what it is. This one to me is just, it's pretty boring. They did at least add stripes down the middle of the helmet, the blue and red stripe, but I don't think there's anything that interesting about this helmet. I'm going to put it in not very good. Then we have the Carolina Panthers helmet. This helmet is gray with a black face mask and stripes down the middle, with obviously the logo, the Panthers logo on it. I think this helmet is fine. I don't think there's anything that special about it. I think it looks good. It's okay. I don't know. There's nothing I hate about it. There's also nothing that I really love about it. I do like the black face mask, I guess. This could be between solid and mid, but I'm going to put it at mid right now. See, and this is what's hard because now I'm on the Chicago Bears helmet, and this helmet is it's honestly pretty lazy. It's just blue with the C on it, but it's iconic. Like this is almost impossible to do unbiased because if this was any other team, I mean, it's the same as the Cardinals. Like in theory, this is a boring helmet, but it's the Bears. It's the Chicago Bears. It's iconic. It's clean. And it's one of my favorite helmets and favorite logos in the league. So in my humble opinion, my biased opinion, I'm admitting that up front. I think that this is a solid helmet. I'm a fan. Now we move into the territory of the Cincinnati Bengals. And this is the first helmet that we are approaching that does not have the actual team logo slapped on the side of it. I think this helmet is genius. I think it's one of the best helmets ever made, including alternative helmets. I love when teams do something different from the norm of just slapping their logo on the side. This is obviously resembling like a Bengals stripe. I think this is perfect. This is an elite tier helmet, and more teams need to do things like this. More teams need to make a creative helmet. The logo's already all over the stadium, all over the jersey, all over the field. The helmet is your chance to do something different, and this especially goes perfect with their jerseys because their jerseys also have their stripes. It's just all around a home run for the Bengals. Uniforms and helmet included. It's beautiful. Then we have the Cleveland Browns, and this is going to be probably a controversial one because I know many people hate this helmet. And granted, it is just plain orange with a brown or black face mask. There is a stripe down the middle. A lot of people hate this, and I know it does look pretty boring. I honestly like it. I don't know why. I've always liked the Browns uniforms. I've always liked their jersey. There's something about it that's unique. I love that it's plain. I love when the matte look of it. I don't know. I'm just a a fan. This is a solid helmet. This is good. I don't think it's as good as the Bears. And actually, now that I'm looking at this, the Bears do need to go above the Falcons, but I think this is a solid order so far. Then we have the Dallas Cowboys, and we really don't even need to talk about this. This is one of the most iconic football helmets of all time. It's one of the most iconic logos of all time. It's probably the most iconic team of all time. It is the most valuable sports franchise in the world. So I don't want to hear about it. It's a stunner. It's a beauty. This helmet, even if you hate the Cowboys, which 99% of you guys do, you can't deny the star on the helmet, baby. This is clean, classy, and it's elite. It's not that creative, I'll admit, but it's a classic and it's iconic, similar to the Bears, just slightly better. The Denver Broncos. This helmet is not very good. It's all blue with a dark blue or black face mask. Nothing really interesting down the middle, and the logo slapped on the side. To me, this just doesn't do it for me. And I also don't love their colors. So again, I have turned this into the most biased tier list of all time, and there really is no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing except for the fact that I'm just telling you how I really feel, I guess. And what I've said this before, but what do I have if not honesty? But yeah, this Broncos helmet is just, it honestly might be trash. I think it's trash. Okay, moving on to the Green Bay Packers helmet, the yellow with the green face mask and the classic Packers logo on it. Now, something I really do like about this helmet is the fact that it's yellow. It stands out from a bunch of other helmets just because it's a different color. There are a lot of black, gray, and white helmets in the NFL, and there's nothing even close to this yellow of the Packers. And also, it's iconic, so it just stands out. I think that this is a solid helmet. I don't love it as much as these. It's probably better than the Browns, I guess. I don't know. This is a close one. I think it's probably right here. Then we have the Houston Texans, and this is trash. This helmet is just all one color, the face mask one color. The logo's not very interesting, and they really this is lazy. All three of these helmets right here are extremely lazy. And you know what? I should say this. Your logo actually should have something to do with it, because if your logo sucks, like the Houston Texans, if you have a boring logo, you should be forced to do something interesting with your helmet. Like change it up a notch. If you have a boring logo, you need to compensate in some way. If you have a logo as cool as the Falcons, you can get away with doing a black helmet and slapping your logo on the side. Or a logo as classic and iconic as the Packers. You can make your helmet yellow, put the Packers logo on the side. It works. But when your logo is the Texans or the Cardinals, and there's not really a good history there or lore there, and you put no effort into your helmet, that is, I think, the determining factor for trash. Like, your logo's not good and you didn't make up for it in any sort of way. You really didn't even try. That's what a trash helmet is. Okay. Whereas the Bengals, you can say whatever you want about their logo, but they did what they needed to do to make their helmet stand out, and they succeeded. Then we have the Indianapolis Colts helmet, and this helmet is all white with a gray face mask, obviously the Colts logo on the side, and they have one blue stripe down the middle. I think that this helmet I think it's mid, but it's almost solid. Like, I like the Colts logo a lot. I think it's unique. Again, it's just white with a gray face mask. Honestly, it's the same thing as the Bills. I just like the Colts logo a little bit better, which I know. Ignore everything I said at the beginning about logos, dude. Holy cow. But I don't know, something about this face mask, even though it's the exact same as the Bills so here's what I did. I have 3 white helmets with gray face masks and nothing but logos, and I put them in 3 different tiers. So I don't know if that invalidates my entire list, but you can just tell, I think, right? Like, let me know in the comments if you disagree, but like, just looking at it, I think this makes sense. The Colts is better than the Bills, is better than the Cardinals. I think it makes sense. Then we have the Jacksonville Jaguars helmet, and this helmet is all black with not a lot really going on here. It is an improvement from the previous helmet. I think when Blake Bortles was there with the gold and the black half and half colorway, that was a very tough look for the team. I think this helmet is fine. I think it's fine. It's borderline not very good. I don't know. This is tough. It's between mid and not very good. Maybe we'll come back to it and see if we need to rearrange some things, but I feel like probably for right now it's going to be not very good. Then we have the Kansas City Chiefs with their all red helmet with the logo on the side and the white face mask. And again, there is an advantage, I guess, to having a team with, colors that are unique, because the all red helmet does stand out and it's different from many of the other helmets. I like this one, honestly. I think that it's solid. I don't know if it's elite, but I think it's up here with really solid. I like the red color of it. I like the white face mask with it. And I think that it looks good together with their uniform. So I'm going to put it right here. See, and now that I'm looking at this, I think that I'm overrating the Browns helmet because so many people hate it. So I'm trying to overcompensate for it. I think maybe the Browns helmet in my eyes is mid, and you guys all think it's trash, so I'm trying to say it's solid. I think it actually does appropriately belong in mid, so I'm going to move it back down there for now, and then if we need to make any adjustments, we will, but let's do that for now. Then we have the Las Vegas Raiders helmet, the silver helmet with the gray face mask and the logo on the side. This helmet is pretty plain, but it does have a silver look that the other ones don't. The Cowboys helmet is like a little bit more of like a bluish silver, and the Panthers silver is really dark. So this is a unique looking helmet. It's probably closer to the Patriots helmet. We'll look at that here in a minute. And the Raiders logo is classic. So this one's tough. I do think this is a solid helmet. I don't want to have too many helmets in the solid category, but I really like this one for some reason. There's not a lot going on here, but something about it it looks kind of nice. Then we have the Los Angeles Chargers helmet. This helmet is really nice in my opinion. It's all white, but with the all white helmet, they added the yellow face mask, which I think is huge. It ties in the logo, and I think it looks perfect. It's also not shown here, but I do like that they put the numbers, like the jersey numbers on the helmet. I think that is pretty cool. I don't think it's necessarily elite, but I do think it's very solid. Dang, so I just realized I have 3 AFC West teams in the solid category, and the Broncos are all the way down in trash, but I do like these 3 helmets a lot. So I think it's fair. I don't know what order necessarily they should be in, and I think this looks good so far. I'm going to keep this for now. Okay, then we have the Los Angeles Rams, and dude, this Rams thing is really tough for me. And honestly, I'm actually going to make a whole new category for the Rams. So this new category is going to be called Great Concept Shitty Colors, and that is going to be solely for the Rams, because I love that the Rams didn't put their logo on the side. They put the Ram horns on it. I think that is genius. And I think that if these colors were literally any of the previous colorways, this is an elite helmet. This design is elite. I hate these colors. I said this in a previous video. I might have said this in every video I've made so far. I can't stand the Rams rebrand. I hate their uniforms. I hate their colors. I don't like the fact that they're in LA. I'll put up some pictures right now. Dude, there are some pictures of even after they moved to LA where they still had these like alternate uniforms or throwback uniforms, or I think even at one point these were their current uniforms. I don't really know. I got them confused because there's been quite a few of them. They're all better than these ones right here. All of them are better. So it honestly really hurts to look at, because it would legitimately be an elite if this didn't look like it does. It's just unfortunate. Next up, we have the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins helmet, they are all white with a white face mask, and also the logo's not that interesting. You should have kept the helmet on the Dolphin. That logo was elite, and it would make this helmet much better, but there's really not a lot going on here. I do actually think it's not very good, because I think your logo is at least more interesting than these 3 right here, but it's a tough one. It's not great. I do not like it very much. Then we have the Minnesota Vikings. We have these beautiful purple helmets with a design that's not just a logo slapped on the side. And these, my friends, so far are the top rated helmet that we have gone through right now. These are elite. I love their uniforms. I love their colors, and I actually really like their logo, but I like the fact that they didn't use their logo even more. Like, it is, again, just like the Bengals, it's so much cooler when you can do something that other than slap your logo on the side, and very few teams do it. That's why the Rams, dude, Rams potential, man. There's so much potential up here. Look where you could be. Look at the company you could be surrounded by, but it's just not going to happen. Okay, the Patriots helmet, I think is all iconic, both iconic and good looking. I think that the red face mask really stands out, and out of the helmets that we have looked at so far, it's really the best looking face mask other than probably the Chargers. I do think this one is slightly better, but I think it's cool, and the face mask isn't just white or black or dark blue, and so this one looks really cool. It's similar to the Chargers, where the face mask is bringing in colors from the logo. There's just something beautiful about it. I think that this is a very solid, if not elite helmet. It's going to be very close here. I'm going to put it at the top of solid and see where we end up, but these are really nice looking. Then we have the New Orleans Saints helmets, and these are the gold helmets with the black face masks. Obviously, we have the logo on there. I like these ones a lot. I think that these might be a bit overrated. I know a lot of people really like these ones. I think it's really close. It honestly might be solid, but the amount of teams in my solid tier is getting a little bit too big. I think that for now I'm going to put it at the top of mid. I think they're fine. I don't think there's anything bad about them. I don't know if I necessarily like it better than any of the helmets in the tier above it right now though. Okay, then we have the New York Giants helmet, the blue helmet with the gray face mask, the NY on the side, and the red stripe down the middle. I think these helmets are fine. I don't think there's anything special about them. I don't think there's anything egregious about them. I do like the blue a lot. I think that makes it stand out from any of the helmets below it, but I'm gonna put it in the mid tier, probably above the Saints. Honestly, it might be these two, the Saints and the Giants, man. Those two are inching towards solid, but I think the top of mid is fine for both of them right now. I think this helmet's fine. Okay, I can already tell you right now, because I'm looking at the helmets that we have remaining, this list is going to be, I think I'm being too nice, and you know, in theory, like with statistics, there should be the most amount of helmets in the mid category, and it should slowly reduce the further down and further up you go. You know, it should look like a nice distribution chart. I don't really know, but that's not how it's going to go. And I can just tell you that right now, because I'm looking at 4 helmets in a row that I enjoy. So like these Jets helmets, I think the black face mask is clean, bro. I think it's different, and I love the green color of their helmet. So I'm putting this in the solid category towards the bottom. And then we have the Philadelphia Eagles helmet, and I think that this helmet is either second or third best in the NFL. I think once again you can see a clear pattern with the top 3. There's no logo. I think that these wings on the helmet are so cool, and I think that they're also iconic. They've been a good team for a really long time. I don't know, actually. I don't know. This is really obviously subjective, but I think I'm gonna go Vikings, Bengals, Eagles. But you could really mix any of these 3 up, and I wouldn't really be mad, because I think these are the 3 clear favorites in the league. Then we have the Pittsburgh Steelers helmet. Now, this looks like an ordinary helmet. It's all black with a black face mask and the logo on there. But of course, if you didn't know, these Steelers are the only team that has the logo on only one side of their helmet. Now, some people think that is stupid. Some people think that is awesome. I do like that it's at least unique. I don't know if it's like the coolest thing in the world that you just put your logo on one side. I don't know. I really am curious how that decision even got made. But to me, dude, I think it has to go in elite, just because it's iconic. The logo is beautiful. The helmet's all black. It looks clean. And they at least tried to do something unique with the logo just on one side. There's just something about it that I really enjoy. So I'm going to keep it in elite. And then up next, we have the San Francisco 49ers, who I think have, again, one of the best helmets in the NFL. This gold color looks incredible with the gray face mask, the red stripe down the middle. The Niners logo is iconic as well. And these 3 teams right here, obviously this is more of like legacy. Like the Niners, Cowboys, and Steelers have always been 3 of the most popular teams in the NFL. They've had, you know, not in the past while have the Cowboys and Niners had any success, but over the history of the league, they're 2 of the most successful teams of all time. Both of these teams have 5 Super Bowl wins. The Steelers have 6 along with the Patriots. So I think that this is probably more of just like, it's an iconic team, iconic uniforms, iconic logos, but also do really like them. So I think this is fair to have them up there. And honestly, the Patriots might need to move up there as well. They might need to move up there as well. I don't know. I think they're solid. I think they're solid. Okay, then we have the Seattle Seahawks helmet, and I really like their blue color. I like the matte look of it. I like the logo, how it kind of connects on the back. I do think this helmet is very solid. I actually think it's probably going to be right here in the solid category. I think this is a nice looking helmet. I don't think it's necessarily elite, but I think it's better than mid. Okay, then we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers helmet. Now listen, there's a lot of things I like about this helmet. I like the color of it. I love your logo. Listen, make it a little bit smaller, my friends. This thing is massive. It takes up your entire head. Let's I don't know, let's do something different. Also, you have a really good opportunity to do something different with your helmet. Like, I know I keep telling everybody that they should do something like the Vikings, Bengals, or Eagles and switch it up a little bit. I don't necessarily know what some of these teams would do. Like for the Cowboys, for example, I don't really know what you could do on our helmet that would look better than the star. The Buccaneers though, dude, I feel like you have a lot of options with the pirate ship, with the swords, the skull. I feel like there's something there. I don't have all the answers, but I feel like you could do something really cool. But if you decide not to, at least make the logo a tad smaller, my friend. I think this is mid. The Tennessee Titans. This helmet is that awkward blue with a gray face mask and the worst logo in sports. It is absolute trash. I am so sorry, you Titans fans. I have nothing against you. I just think you need a rebrand desperately. And then we have the Washington Commanders helmet, who also is trash, dude. I know I don't mind the Commanders. I think your logo is atrocious. I think the colors, they can be good. Some of your uniforms are not bad, but there is just not a lot going on here. I don't know, man. I'm just not a big fan of the W. I'm not a big fan of that red color. And I really feel pretty comfortable about this trash category. I have right now. Like these are probably my clearly my 5 least favorite helmets in the NFL. Again, I think I maybe was too favorable because I have a lot of teams in the elite and solid category, but I feel like my elite category is really good. I think these are the 3 most creative helmets in the league. These are the 3 most iconic helmets in the league. And I think these all look really good, whether they're creative or not. I think these are fine. The Jets might be mid. I'll leave them in solid for now. Not very good. There's so much potential to be up here. And trash. I really like this, guys. I don't know. I'm sure we'll disagree on a lot of these opinions. Let me know down in the comments what you would change. I would love to hear your feedback. I'm sure it's all going to be super positive. And if you guys want to see my most recent video talking about why I love or hate your team, go ahead and click this link right here. I appreciate you guys watching so much, and I will catch you guys in the next one. If you want to enter this NFL jersey giveaway, just make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you share this video with one friend, and make sure you follow me over on Instagram because that is where we will be announcing the winner.